Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. You have ADNZD on the charts. Okay, this is Hassan and I'm going to be taking you through another Alchemist MSNR strategy on ADNZD. This trade happened I think 2 weeks ago. I just wanted to show you that this can happen on any pair. It's not only the majors, it can happen on any pair. But before I start, guys, it is a norm. You have to subscribe to the channel so that we can grow together. Subscribe to the channel so that we can begin. So I'll give you 5 seconds. I don't want to waste a lot of time. I'll give you 5 seconds to subscribe to the channel so we can begin our analysis on AUDNZD. So guys, let's go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Subscribe guys, 5 seconds. Subscribe. Okay, so I hope you're done. So now let's start. On the screen we have ADNZD, and this is the weekly time frame. ADNZD, the weekly time frame. So now ADNZD has made a good buy in the previous 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and now it's retracing, I think, back to the source or back to what I would call support, where it came from. Now what do we see on ADNZD? This is the weekly time frame, and I told you guys this strategy works on all time frames as long as you follow the same procedure: rejection on one time frame and then the straight line on the one and on one time frame below that rejection time frame. So if the rejection is on the weekly, the straight line should be on the daily. If the rejection is on the daily, the straight line should be on the 4-hour. If the rejection is on the 4-hour, the straight line should be on the 1 hour. But I prefer high time frames because we all know high time frames are always hold more weight, or they are always on point compared to the low time frames. So this one is the weekly. Okay, I've been using weekly so much. Let me use the daily. Let me look for rejection on the daily. Good. So now we have the daily time frame, and guys, don't worry about my support and resistance. These ones I draw them and I never shift them. I told you I draw them and they always stay there. Why? Because they help me know where price is going next. And I also like trading within support and resistance. I don't trade in the middle. I trade up or down, from up or down. If it is in the middle here, I let it do whatever it wants. I don't trade there. So now we are looking for a rejection on the support. So in this case, price was here, was down here. So we are looking at rejection on the support and then create a bullish straight line. Which support are we looking for rejection on? The look left. So we come to the left and mark some of the supports that are there. For me, I would already see where it has rejected, but for study purposes, I'll just mark for everyone to understand. So we have a support here, support. I told you support, it is red candle, green candle, support, 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 green candle, red candle, resistance. So we got the line chart. You see, this is support, 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 this is support. So now we'll be asking, hey, we have too many support areas. So which one are we using? Are we choosing any support randomly? No, we are not choosing any support randomly. We are looking whether our rejection point has anything to do with some support on the left. So we have marked 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3 supports. So we come back to our price level. So we have one support that is matching with this one, with our current price action, which is down here. So we shall remove these ones. Okay, so now we have remained with 1. So when you come to the left to check where the support is, this is like the shoulder, the previous shoulder. To mark it well, this is like the previous shoulder. This is a shoulder, this is a shoulder, this is a head. So it is at the previous shoulder. So you come here. I told you the shoulders are so powerful because they act as your resistance zones. So you come to your price action, current price action, and then switch to the candlesticks. So what do you see? You see that price was rejecting, in fact rejected on two candles. The first day rejected, the second also rejected. Remember, this is the daily. So one day rejection on the daily, and then the storyline on the 4-hour. So guys, I'm being straight to the point. Someone commented in the comment section and said, go straight to the point, stop beating around the bush, because I was wasting their time. Yes, I understand that we have a low attention span, but remember, if I do not explain the things very well, it is going to be difficult for you to understand. That's why I take my time to explain them very well. And guys, after explaining, if you see that I'm wasting a lot of time, it is okay. You can skip to that part that you feel like this is what you want to study, because most of the things you know them. There are many channels that are teaching Alchemist and MS now. But you learn something there, you learn something from me, because I've taught well this thing and the other one has taught well the other thing. So you pick one here, pick one there, and then you add them together and get whatever you want. Even me, I learned a lot of, you see, I teach a lot of strategies here: demand and supply somehow, but mainly it is Alchemist, and then support and resistance, then break and retest. I didn't learn all these things from one person. I kept on learning from different people. So when I put them together, they gave me a solid base of trading. So now you can also skip to the part that you feel like you want to understand that, and then let the rest. Other people are going to watch, because we have people who will be like, hey, you're too fast, you go slow, I want to understand something. Good. Now that that one has been put out of the way, we start with our rejection on the daily. We said if the rejection is on the daily, we wait for the storyline on the 4-hour. There is a rejection here on the daily, so I've marked it. So we go to the 4-hour. So we are on the 4-hour. What do you see on the 4-hour? This is where the rejection happens. So we have a low, a low, a low, then a high, a low. So if you remember the QM very well, the QM pattern that I always draw here, if you remember it very well, something like this, and we enter from here, something like this. If you remember this, then you know what is happening here. Don't worry, I'll put in line chart and then you see how it looks. If you remember very well, this is a low, high, low, high, low, higher, high. Then low, we enter from the left shoulder to the wick here. Now, we had a rejection on the daily. The rejection is there. So we have, now this candle has closed as a rejection. So we come to the 4-hour. What are we waiting for on the 4-hour? We are waiting for a bullish breakout. So a bullish breakout looks like something from showing you here, but I'm going to put a line chart such that you can see it. So guys, let me remove this line. So guys, do you see something like what I've talked about, like a breakout? Do you see something like that? This is a low, this is a high, this is a low, this is a high, this is a lower low, this is a higher high. Something like this. Something like that. So when we come down here, where we currently this is something like this here. This one, zip, this one, zip, this one, zip, then this one comes down. This is the head now. Then this one, which is supposed to be the another shoulder to the neckline, it breaks above. This is now what we call a breakout. Let me mark it. This is what we call a breakout, because it broke the previous high. If you know the fundamentals of price action, we have higher, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. The moment we go to a higher high, that is a breakout. Why? Because this is a high that created this low, which means this is a strong high. It is protected. It doesn't have to be broken. If it is broken, then the trend is in trouble. If this high, lower high is broken, then the downtrend is in trouble. So in this case, it was broken, and we said we enter from the left shoulder to the wick of the head. In this case, price came to retest here, and then you were supposed to enter from there, targeting upside. Rejection was on the daily, the breakout was on 4-hour. This is what we call pure Alchemist. If you have not learned anything, please go through the video slowly by slowly until when you learned something. And someone will say, oh, you said we enter from a demand zone. Yes, I said that, and it is true. However, with the pairs like AUD, NZD, AUD chef, Euro chef, JBP chef, those pairs rarely get give clear demand zones. They will give you a demand zone. You can see it if you know how demand and supply works, but without a fair value gap, because they have a lot of wicks. I think you can see them. They have a lot of wicks that they leave behind. So if you wait for a clear demand zone, you are not going to enter from there. Here there's a clear demand zone. However, there was no retest on it, so you're not going to enter. I think you would enter from here. It is not clear, but you would enter from here. But for me, as long as I see a breakout, it is a confirmation. So you take price up. You monitor your trade on the daily, because that is where the rejection started from. So the trade is monitored on the daily. What is your target? The target should ideally be here, but the first level target should be the previous high. When price reaches here, you have to remove at least 70% of your position and let the remaining move your stop losses above to this area and let the remaining position flow up here. However, price reached here, now it is retracing. However, if by the time it had retraced, you had already 214 pips that were already back, so you wouldn't have any problem with price retracing back, which is okay. It is a fair deal. So that is a 1:6.7. Guys, just like that, you've bagged your pips. I hope I've been clear and straight to the point. That was the Alchemist MSNR. And you can subscribe to the channel, guys. Always like the video. If you learned something from the video, like it. If you have not learned it, watch again. If you've not learned something, watch again. If still you cannot get what to learn, then there you cannot like it. But if you've learned something, always like the video, subscribe to the channel, and also wait for subsequent videos. That is all, guys. Bye.